Mae Robertson, thank you for coming in today. You're much prettier than I thought you'd be, so I'm just going to sit here and stare at you nonchalantly throughout this entire interview.
Nice to meet you. I feel like I should have researched more about you so I had something witty and memorable to say, but how's your day been?
It's an average day, and looking forward to getting over this as soon as possible so I can actually take a long lunch. I actually don't know anything about you besides the notes my secretary scribbled on your application. How are you?
Pretty bad, actually. Something's wrong with my car and it's going to cost $400 to fix. I haven't worn these clothes a while and they don't really fit, so I'm pretty uncomfortable. But after this, I'm going home to drink my last $2.99 bottle of Trader Joe's wine, order something from Uber Eats so I don't have to cook or do dishes, turn on Netflix where I'll spend 20 minutes trying to find something new to watch, but just end up watching The Office for the 6th time. Yeah.
Tell me about yourself and creatively stretch various nonsensical activities as skills.
Well, I'm always up to date on the latest news. I'm able to take relevant and current events and create viral content via memes and snarky Twitter posts. Because of my makeup tutorial channel on YouTube, I'm great at all aspects of video production and marketing. I'm a published author via my personal blog on WordPress and several freelance articles on Thought Catalog, which means I can creatively spin any perspective. Oh, I'm also very organized. I love researching and making lists, especially lists of the best of lists that are on my feed. I'm almost trilingual. I took 6 years of Spanish between middle school and college, and I've used it a lot working in a restaurant, and I have a 42-day streak on my language app to learn French. Bonjour.
Intriguing. That seems relevant. Why work here?
Well, this job looked the most manageable of all of the ones I was qualified for. I tried to ride out the 3 part-time job game, but it was getting really bad, so how bad can a 9-to-5 really be if I have all of my weekends completely off? And I'm terrified that I'm not using my bachelor's degree because it was really expensive. And student loans. They're really expensive.
Hearing that financial mess actually knocks you down a peg. Why are you the best person for the job?
Oh, I'm probably not. I'm usually only late once a week, and my hangovers will never affect my job performance that you're aware of. Oh, I'm also really great at explaining technology to old people. My grandparents call me all the time about Snapchat and syncing things to the cloud.
What are your strengths?
I'm a quick learner. Just need Google and YouTube. I'm creative. For Halloween, I've been the Morton Salt Girl, 50 Shades of Grey, pop art. I could go on, but I would make you feel inadequate for all your lack of imagination. With 14,000 followers on Instagram, I'd say I'm proficient at client retention. I'm versatile and handy. I can open a bottle of wine with anything. I'm also self-motivated to succeed in any environment. Just give me a bottle of wine and this professional drinker over here can accomplish anything. It's how I build all my IKEA furniture. I'm highly proficient at investments. Like, all my friends are kickstarting their indie films. I make sure to get the most bang for my buck. That was a really odd phrase. Oh, I also love using words like asinine and hence to show my superiority over others for having a larger vocabulary and a better understanding of the English language. I guess it's more in the About Me section, though. Oops!
What would you say are your weaknesses?
Well, time management's pretty rough. I can binge an entire series and not even realize that I have to be up for work in 3 hours. Motivation is also a big weakness. Depending on the pros and cons list and my FOMO skill, it's really hard for me to decide what to do, so I don't usually end up doing anything. Also a problem, deciding and lists. And I don't really work well with others because they're stupid and don't know how to listen, and I hate having to cover for lazy people and have them take credit for my work because I'm an introvert and won't publicly address my anger. I'll just be a ticking time bomb, quietly festering my anger and emotions and hoping they manifest as nothing more than tears on the phone with my mom once a week. But, sometimes I think about quietly putting crushed laxatives in the coffee and watching everyone suffer. Finally, I wouldn't say this is necessarily a weakness, but I'm the only person I know who is pro Internet Explorer.
I won't touch the Internet Explorer tangent. That makes me question your preference about anything. Actually, more concerning is that you said motivation is a strength, but it's also a weakness?
Depending on the day, yes.
Would you care to elaborate?
No.
Tell me about a time you dealt with a tough situation.
Oh, right there. I clearly know you caught me, and you know you caught me unprepared. And because I'm nervous, I've actually contradicted myself twice. So instead of making up more lies, I just stopped talking and smiled. People like you like pretty people like me who know when to stop talking and smile. And you want to be around pretty people, so you've already thought of how you can use me for my face during pitch projects to a room full of old businessmen. More practical, though. I went to Best Buy because I know they have a price match program. So I researched their price online, and it turns out their online pricing was actually the best. I get to the register, they don't honor the online price. They won't let me talk to the manager immediately, and they try to rush to get me out of line. So I threaten to call their corporate offices and leave a bad Yelp review. Always know how to use your resources wisely.
Tell me about a time you went above and beyond for work.
The mom I used to nanny for was disgruntled about her husband and wondered if he was cheating on her. Long story short, I can find anything and anyone on Facebook. It turns out he was cheating on her with his secretary. This broad posted pictures of their dinner dates, their vacations, or business trips. I guess you can say I cost myself my current unemployment.
Why did you leave your last job?
Facebook? The story before pretty much sums it up.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
A rent-controlled apartment, maybe a better used car, engaged. But if that doesn't happen, that's, okay. Hoping to have traveled at least once a year, so maybe 5 countries.
How do you explain the gap in your employment?
Oh, yeah, I wanted to be a travel blogger, so I spent all my savings on traveling. I made a new blog and everything, but I guess 26 countries in 6 months means I'm versed in world culture. You should check it out. It's called Travel on a Dime with a Dime. One word.
What's your dream job?
I would love to be an influencer for the free clothes, free makeup, free food. Oh, no, wait. I'd prefer to marry rich. Not trying to be shallow. That housewife life, though.
How do you deal with pressure?
I don't really like conflict because my anxiety is really bad, so I don't like confrontation with people. I work really well under deadlines, but I'm also a professional procrastinator, so I don't start working on things until the deadline. But don't worry, I've never missed a deadline. Coffee and meditation are life.
What makes you unique?
No matter what, I can merge up to 4 lanes of traffic in 7 seconds. I'm also really good at making playlists, and you have no idea how great of a skill that is. I can make almost everyone happy because I'm able to eclectically blend everyone's taste into one perfect playlist. I'm also really proud that my metabolism is still a rock star, and I can even make a large pizza a personal pizza, if you know what I mean. And I pretty much know everything about everything. People tell me everything. I'm a great person to have on your side to have all the latest gossip. People call me a confidant.
What are your salary requirements?
Well, I really only need to make $2,000 a month, but I feel like I have to highball it, mostly because I'm a woman. You're going to hire Bob to do the same job as me and pay him more because he's a man, so confidently, $60,000 a year would be great, so I don't have to pay my student loans until I'm 54. That's my current projection based off my income. Plus, I really love my bottomless brunches.
Great. I've scribbled enough notes on this paper to make you sufficiently nervous, but as you can see, it's just doodles. I'll probably end up calling you back because you are female, and we are trying to hire more women, and you're the only woman who's applied. You have any questions for me?
How miserable will I be here?
Extremely. Since this is a work-for-hire state and you're salaried, you'll be working 50 to 70 hours a week. You'll be expected to check your Slack channels constantly, and you'll be reprimanded for not communicating constantly. You'll be tasked with organizing all office parties, ordering the catering for all office meetings, and preparing a birthday card for everybody's birthday. Finally, you'll want to find purpose and want to make a meaningful contribution to the company, but we don't care about that. All we care about is profits, and we have no ethical code. You'll attempt to bring changes to management, and we will disregard all of them. You'll be disgruntled in no time.
Fantastic. I'm going to stand up and firmly shake your hand so that you know, even though I'm a woman, I'm not afraid of you. I'm going to smile, so the last thing you remember is that I have a decent face and I'm probably better to look at than Bob, because you don't care at all about my accomplishments.
Correct. That's why I'll wait 48 hours to email you an offer for this position. We don't want to appear too desperate, even though we are desperately trying to fill this position.
Great. I'm also going to take 24 hours to mull over the offer, but end up taking it because I don't want to go back into serving for a 10th time. It really wasn't that nice meeting you. I already don't like you.
I'm already wondering how much sexual harassment I can get away with before you call HR. Have a great day.